I've been watching your messages to one another. I've been sitting here twiddling my thumbs as you are getting to know one another, which is wonderful. It's such a rewarding thing to see, and something that I didn't anticipate when I started Journey Songs. I never really thought that all of you would form your own community, and with that, let me actually just say a few hellos here because I've noticed that Luna's saying hello. Greetings from cold and grey Germany. Wonderful weekend to you. Thank you very much, Luna. Vanessa, hello everyone, and hi Clark. Hope everyone is well. Looking forward to another episode of Journey Songs. Excellent. Thank you, Vanessa. Miho, hi Clark. Hi everyone. I pre-ordered the album. Thank you very much, Miho. Let me just say thank you to everyone who pre-ordered the album already in the past week because it's only been able to be pre-ordered for the past week. So I really appreciate that. Quite a few of you did. So thank you very much. And we'll get to that more in a minute. But what we got here, we've got Carly saying, "Hey Clark, hello Carly, how you keeping?" Neil saying, "Hi Clark, hope you're well." Neil, I am very well. I hope you're doing well too, mate. I'm going to mention the Facebook group in a minute. Okay, it's on my list. Lax is saying, "Hola from sunny Austin, Texas. Clark, my true confession, I just can't sit still listening to True Confessions. I just automatically rock to the grooves. Fantastically produced song, this one. Thank you very much, Lax. Cool. I hope you're keeping well." And we've got Komiko. Konnichiwa, Clark from Japan. Chihiro and Kumiko. Hello to both of you. Konnichiwa to both of you. Thank you so much for joining. Marcia saying, "Hi Clark, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to hear the story behind the song. Your storytelling is brilliant." Thank you very much. Greetings from Holland. I appreciate that, Marcia. This is going to be a bit different, this one, as you'll see. And Carol saying, "Afternoon Clark, and all from the sunny and cloudy Staffordshire area of the UK. Hope you're all well." Thanks, Carol. And Richard saying, "Hi Clark, hoping your mum are well and that you've had a good day. Waiting to see what true confessions you're going to share with us." Well, interesting that, Richard. Probably some unexpected ones there. I want to just bring a couple of people in that I haven't spoken to much. Hi Clark, watching from Somerset with my brother Ben instead of Wales today. Hope you're well. Hi Sarah, and hi Sarah's brother Ben. I hope you're both keeping well in Somerset. I used to live in Somerset, in Bath actually, so northeast Somerset, as I think it's technically known as. Thank you for joining us. Majedi, greetings from Indonesia. Hope all is well. Thank you very much, Majedi. I hope you're keeping well too in what I'm sure is a beautiful part of the world. Magnus Hagstrom. Hi Clark. Would you ever consider representing the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest? I'm absolutely certain you would bring back glory to the United Kingdom. Magnus, I think that's a great suggestion. I could wax lyrical about why I wouldn't do it. I think that it's a very complicated because the Eurovision Song Contest is approached in entirely the wrong way in the UK now. I think because it's become a place where people who were former X Factor contestants or Voice contestants or who wrote for those kind of artists are now representing the UK, whereas in the rest of Europe and Australia, you've got some high-level artists, or I would say professional artists, and I think that's not served the UK well. So we'll see. One day, maybe Magnus. One of my favourite bands, ABBA, so, from when I was young, so have great respect for the contest. I think it's just gone in an odd direction, especially for the UK. Let's just say hi to Cameron. Cameron Dean, thank you for being part of the soundtrack to my life. Cameron, you're most welcome. That's a beautiful thing to hear. Thank you very much, and I'm really honoured that is the case. I mean that very honestly because, when you write a song, when you're a young lad, or as I am now, you really don't know what's going to happen with it. You don't know how it's going to affect people and what it's going to mean to them in 10, 20, 30, 40 years' time. So it's always rewarding to hear that back. Tracy Jenkins, hello from North London. Hiya, Tracy. How are you? Hi, Fatima. Hope you're keeping well. Tom, blimey, mate. You look no younger. Lol. Well, I think the lol is possibly the case because I always laugh when people say that about me. I don't think so, but thank you, Tom. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Jose, salutations to you from Arbelais, Cundinamarca, Colombia. I'm sure I got that horribly wrong. I'm sorry. Lo siento, Jose. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that very well, but I hope you're keeping well. Buenas tardes. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Um, and who else have we got here? Steve, Afternoon Clark, a cup of tea and Journey songs, the best time of the week. Excellent, Steve. I've got my biscuits back here and my tea here. And let's see, who have I? Oh yes, Setsuko. Sorry, Setsuko. Here we go. Hi, Clark and everyone. Hello, Setsuko. Konnichiwa. I hope you're keeping well. And Anne is saying, hi, everyone. Beautiful day. It is, isn't it? Wonderful day. So, if I always say this, folks, I'm on the lookout for anyone I haven't said hello to. So let me just quickly see that Sonia. Good evening, Clark. How are you? I hope that you're healthy and cheerful today. I am, Sonia. I'm very cheerful. Lots is happening in a very positive way. And Kimberly, hi, Clark and everyone. Hope you're well. I'm checking in from the Finger Lakes region of central New York. I didn't know they were called the Finger Lakes. That's interesting. In town for a wedding later today. Happy times. Looking forward to today's talk. Oh, you're going to a wedding. I will not make you late. I'll keep to my timing, Kimberly. Again, I don't know who I have said hello to and not. Louise is there. Thank you to everyone who is following the Johnny Hates Jazz Extreme page on Facebook. Hi, Clark. Looking good. Thank you very much, Louise. I like this particular colour on me. And Chiho. Hi, Clark and everyone. Finally made it tonight. Well done, Chiho. Well done. It's a big one. Alice saying good morning from Seattle and lots of love. Good morning to you, Alice. And Paul is saying Clark's MPC machine is switched on. Are we going to get a demo? Not today, Paul, but you are going to get more than any other episode in the technical realm today. And that means anything could go right and anything could go wrong. Paul, actually, I know you mentioned, let me race up. You posted something which I wanted to reference. Yes. And that is Pen Farthing. This is the ex-British Royal Marine who is in Afghanistan and stayed after his tour of duty there to start an animal sanctuary, the only animal sanctuary in Afghanistan, would you believe? Or is it Kabul? I can't remember. And he is trying to get back to the UK with many of his staff who are British and Afghani, and also his animals. You know, I think there's about 150 animals he's trying to get back, and I don't know if any of you in other parts of the world have been aware of this story, but he's remarkable, Pen Farthing. You know, think about that, an ex-Marine who did his tour of duty over there, and he's written some books on his experience with meeting stray dogs and stray cats in Afghanistan and taking them in and looking after them. Remarkable individual. From what I have heard, he is on the plane. They're all on the plane. He, his staff, and all the animals are on a privately chartered plane that was paid for, I believe, by private donations from people in the UK, but maybe around the world as well. I don't know. And they have been allowed through, and they're heading out. So let's hope that is the case, because that person is a hero in multiple ways. And I would look into adopting one of those animals, by the way. I'm thinking about that. Emma says, hi, I'm interested in the True Confession song. I've seen programs about church like Father Dowling and Father Brown where people go in a box and to confession to a vicar. Very interesting, Emma. That's a good point, the idea of confession. That's a Catholic thing. And I wasn't raised a Catholic, so I don't know too much about it. But that's a fair point. Let's see. Anyone else here? Yes, Mabel. Mabel on, good morning from Singapore. Chanced upon your Journey Song series while searching for Crown Thorns, one of my favourites. I have a lot to catch up. Thank you for your stories. Mabel, yeah, go for it. It's all on my YouTube channel, okay? So if you get a chance to catch up with all of them, this is the 23rd one. So you'll be occupied for a good long evening and night. Everyone else here is saying, love it. Yes, Sue's saying great news about Pen and his animals. Absolutely fantastic. And Zena Jones is saying, such a hero. I agree, Zena, very much so. Sorry if I've left anyone out. I'm trying desperately not to this time. Let me just say a quick hi to someone who posted very early on, so I make sure I try and include everyone. Where are you? Um, um, ah, I can't find you. Where are you? I'm sure you posted quite early on. Um, okay, I'll find you later on. I'll find you later on, just so that everyone feels included. It was a greeting that I flashed up on the countdown. Oh, there we are, Tracy. Tracy saying hi, Jill. Well, hello, Jill, as well. Hi, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Okay, now um, let's get to this, everyone, because it's there is actually a huge amount to cover today, and there shouldn't be, theoretically, because True Confessions is not the deepest of songs. I'm going to say that right from the off. It was a song that I wanted to write a lyric to that included the phrase True Confessions because I came up with the title, I think, before I came up with a melodic idea. And so I wrote the song around the title rather than delving into a part of my life and bringing that to the surface and writing a song about it. I don't think I did. Um, but actually, it's interesting because there are some really good lines in there. I can't, I didn't spend a lot of time with True Confessions after I recorded it, but I've been playing it through all day today and yesterday because it was a lot to learn. Again, more than I remember. And one thing I do remember about True Confessions is that this was the song that Nile Rodgers heard, and he said right afterwards, I'm going to produce this album. This is the Raindance album. But you have to wait, whatever it was, 9 months, a year, and I couldn't. It seems crazy to say no to Nile Rodgers, but that was the way things worked back then. But yeah, it was True Confessions. He loved the chords, and there are some complex chords in here, so that's what I've been getting my head round. Okay, now let's just go back, everyone, to thanking everyone again for pre-ordering Journey Songs 1. Remember, if you do pre-order the album, you will have an exclusive link sent to you for a special Journey Songs listening session where I will go through 4 recordings that I haven't gone through in the regular Journey Songs. And I'll go through the tracks and the instruments and the voices of each one, and it'll be really good, just focusing on listening. So that'll be a good one. But that only comes with pre-ordering the album, so it's well worth it on multiple levels. I wanted to actually just say in that regard, just so everyone's aware, that is the actual address to the store. In case you get on the site and it's not on the main page, you have to go to the top menu to click on store. I might change that, but there you are, clarkdatcher.com/store. Pretty obvious, I know. And the pre-order page, just because a few people are a little bit confused about this, looks like this. Okay, so you just have to press add to cart there, and it's PayPal from there on in. And there you can see at the bottom, Journey Songs 2 coming soon. Hey, so you get to see the cover of it as well. Okay, one other thing I wanted to mention is that Neil Martin took the proverbial bull by the horns. That means took decisive action when I mentioned the concept of a Facebook group for all of you, because I'm going to be ending Journey Songs soon, and it would be really good for you all to be able to stay in contact. Neil went ahead and started a group, and that group is called Clark Datchler Journey Songs. Very straightforward. Clark Datchler Journey Songs. If you put it into the Facebook search engine, it comes up nearly at the top, if not at the top. I tried earlier. So why don't you join? And Neil's running it, and thank you very much, Neil. I really appreciate it that you just went for that, and see if we can get as many of you on there as possible to continue to communicate, because like I said, I am going to take a break from Journey Songs. So there you go, Clark Datchler Journey Songs. That's the Facebook group that Neil is running. So everyone, on the subject of Journey Songs, this is the penultimate episode in this series. That means there's only one more episode to come next weekend. and I will be looking at a song called Autumn Years from both Raindance and Fishing for Souls. It's on both. One of the best songs I think I've ever written in my life, and that's how I'm going to conclude. Now, then I take a break in the middle of that, and I will let everyone know, very soon what date I'm going to do the private listening session on, so you can all kind of prepare that you're available, which would be great. And then I'll be back, as I said last week, with the Winter Solstice Journey songs. I don't know if it's going to be exactly on the 21st. It might be on the 24th. I don't know, but it'll be a Winter Solstice Journey songs or a Christmas Journey songs, if you like. And I will tell you more about that next week, okay? Because it's going to feature 2 songs, and it's got a very interesting story. I think it's going to be very seasonal and good vibes. Okay. Okay, just saying hello to a very dear and old friend of mine, Richard. Hello, mate. Rich, you're saying, yeah, Autumn Years, I love it. Great, thank you, Rich. I remember you've talked about Autumn Years before to me. Yeah, it's I've been saving this one up. It's a very meaningful song to me, and if there is a song where I really spoke, the truth of how my spirit felt at a particular time in my life, and I do still sometimes, that's the one. So I'm seeing a lot of people. Ezria is saying, wow, Autumn Years, beautiful song from Raindance. Yeah, thank you, Ezria. And Gerrit van der Hart. Gerrit van der Hart has joined the group. Excellent. Nice one, Gerrit. I appreciate that. Dankjewel. Ik hoop het is een goede situatie voor jou. I don't know the word for experience. I can't remember. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, all of you. And Zena said, me too. Excellent. Very good. Really, really good. And Kelly's saying, I'm so excited for the winter solstice session. Yeah, it's going to be good. Very seasonal. Very glittery. Okay. So, everyone, let's proceed with what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, that's my announcement. This is going to be a different kind of Journey songs, in the sense that I am going to go through the track, everyone. That's going to be the focus of True Confessions. But I'm actually going to take you over to my mixing desk, where I can do it much more effectively. And I'm going to show you what I'm looking at on my screen, so you can follow what I'm doing, and and how audio looks in a visualized form, which a lot of you will have seen, but you'll see it a little more closely this time. So like I said to someone earlier, anything could go right and anything could go wrong, because I only decided to do this morning, okay? I think it's a taste of what's to come when I return with Journey Songs early next year to cover Journey Songs 2 and the Wide Awake album. I'm going to have multiple cameras, and it's going to be, I think you're going to really enjoy it. Okay. I noticed that Carol's saying she's joined the Facebook group as well. Fantastic. Very good. And Jill Marie is saying Santa costume, Clark. No, Jill Marie, that's why I said it's a winter solstice Journey songs. I'll have to, what will I be? I'll be the spirit of winter. Actually, that is hinting at something. Though not necessarily a costume. But of course it's Christmassy as well. I'm not being pedantic here. Okay. So, everyone, let's race through the musicians on this, because I have mentioned these people before, okay? Starting off with me. And there I am, one of the many photographs I did with feathers for the Raindance album, and all of this is going to be in the Journey Songs CD. And by the way, I am looking into crowdfunding a vinyl. I've already started moving forward with that. So if you're interested in a 180 gram vinyl edition, I will keep you posted, okay, in terms of when the crowdfunding is going to start. Okay, good. So True Confessions was produced by Umberto Katika and myself, And there's a picture of Umberto Hum, as he's known, with Quincy Jones, recording and mixing We Are the World, the famous sister record to Band Aid, the Band Aid record over here. So Hum had a huge, huge background, and his background is even bigger now because he's been working in the industry for another 30 years or so. And actually, I found another picture of this is what Umberto looks like more recently. There he is receiving an award with Celine Dion. So there you go. Very important to the whole sound of that album, and open the door to all these fabulous players whom I'm about to reintroduce you to. Paul Jackson Jr. again on guitar. As you know, he played on a lot of the tracks on the Raindance album, Journey Songs 1. So just to recap, Paul has played with Michael Jackson, Anita Baker, Carole King, Luther Vandross, Lionel Richie, the Jackson 5, Madonna. And interestingly, I mean, the list goes on. I can't, obviously, it's just too long. Interestingly, John Anderson, the singer from Yes. And John Anderson did a solo album in 1990, I think it was actually, which had a great track on it called Hold On to Love. Does anyone remember Hold On to Love? Hold on to love, hold on to love. Really good record. And I was amazed to see that Paul Jackson Jr. played on that, but it makes sense because it's that kind of groove. So yeah, I liked Yes a lot, and that was a great John Anderson record. So who else have we got here? Someone who actually also played, I believe, on Autumn Years, Michael Landau. Now, Michael Landau isn't on the rest of the album except for True Confessions and I think Autumn Years subliminally, but he's very prominent here. He does the solo, and all the heavy stuff on the outro, which I'm going to play to you. And Michael Landau, when he came in, was actually very moody. I don't mean he was in a bad mood. I mean he was kind of a quite left field. He was, didn't say too much, took what he did very seriously. And I kind of liked that. He was he came in really as an artist, I think, as a fellow artist rather than a session musician. And he was great. So Michael Landau's played with Joni Mitchell, Chaka Khan, Michael Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Kenny Loggins, Belinda Carlisle, and again the list goes on. But I want to focus on one which again I was really, really impressed with. Laura Branigan, Self Control. What a great record. I always loved that record. I thought Laura Branigan was great actually. And interestingly, he's on Self Control alongside Paul Jackson Jr., Dan Huff, who you've heard me talk about, playing on other tracks like The Last Emotion and Crown of Thorns, and Nathan East on bass, who's on bass throughout this album. So I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah, Self Control, what a great record. Okay, who's next? Paulino da Costa, or Paulinho da Costa, I should think is probably the better pronunciation. Paulinho da Costa is probably the most famous percussionist ever in the world, full stop. So hopefully a lot of you will be familiar with the name. I'm only going to mention three artists here. Earth, Wind and Fire, one of the greatest bands ever. Maurice White, one of the most underrated musical creators of all time, I think. The leader of Earth, Wind and Fire. And Paulinho played with Michael Jackson on the Michael Jackson albums, as you'd expect, Madonna. Also played percussion on the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. Wow, what a claim to fame. And Purple Rain, the movie. Wow, the soundtrack. Pretty impressive. So there you go. On backing vocals is Renee Geyer. I've mentioned Renee before. She sang on Raindance and a lot of other tracks. I've spaced out there, sorry. Renee, Australian, fantastic vocalist, recorded on her own a lot as an artist in her own right, but with Neil Diamond, Tony Childs. I like Tony Childs' material a lot. Buddy Guy, and really in some ways most famously Sting on the album Nothing Like the Sun, and further versions of songs from that album that Sting did, and Renee was on those further versions. So tremendous vocalist. You'll hear her on this track. Jerry Hay. This is a picture from the 70s, as you can tell, with the lapels. Actually, I think we might be getting back there a bit with these lapels. But Jerry Hay's been around, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and to the present day. Again, I keep saying one of the greatest, but it's true. I was so honoured to be able to work with these people. Jerry Hay has arranged and performed the horns on so many incredible records over the years, and movies and famous television series, etc. He's recorded with Earth, Wind and Fire again, Michael Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Aretha Franklin, Paul McCartney, I think on Pipes of Peace, Rod Stewart, Michael McDonald, the great Michael McDonald, one of the greatest voices of all time, Lisa Stansfield, love Lisa Stansfield. So that's Jerry Hay, and of course Clark Datchler. And then the person who did the programming, I don't often mention programmers, but Simon Franglen was actually the programmer throughout Raindance, and he operated a machine back then called the Synclavier, which is a very early, elaborate, high-quality sampling device where it would record an instrument, let's say a violin, and you could play it back on a keyboard. Now that sounds like, that everyone does that these days without even using the keyboard. But back then, it was cutting edge technology and it sounded brilliant. And Simon was one of the very few people, if not the first person, maybe, certainly in the country, maybe the world, to know how to operate one of these things. So Simon was the programmer for Trevor Horn. So he worked on a lot of the big productions like Yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Godley and Cream, who I absolutely adored. Then he went on to become a composer in his own right, and he worked with many other great composers like James Horner, and worked on the movie The Bodyguard, Moulin Rouge, Avatar. But this is just to give you an impression of what these people all went on to do. Simon went on to be co-producer of My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion from the Titanic movie. Isn't that amazing? So he's done really well, and well done to you, Simon. Okay, let's just check in on everyone. How you doing? Vanessa saying Pipes of Peace. Oh, sorry, Fabio. Oh, hello, Fabio. Fabio, hi from Italy. I good that you've joined us, Fabio. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that I said hello to people that I haven't said hello to more recently. So, and also Ted. Greetings from Phoenix. Hello, Ted. How are you doing? I used to live up the road from you in Prescott for many years. I hope you're keeping well, Ted. I hope you've got plenty of water. Don't know if you've had much rain, but be well. Okay, sorry. I was going to say, Vanessa saying Pipes of Peace is such a beautiful song. It is. It's a lovely song of McCartney's. And who else we've got? Deriline Katipa. I hope I got that right, Deriline. Goldie Oldies. I love it, Clark. Great. I appreciate that, Deriline. Yeah, I suppose they are. Okay, what have we got here? Neil saying Godley and Cream. Is that Shack Attack? Glorious. Is that the case? I didn't know that. Wow, okay. So, yes, let's see. What else is everyone saying? Angelica Gonzalez Moreira. Sorry. Angelica Gonzalez Moreira. I hope that was close. Hello, Clark. Nice to see you again in another amazing episode. Thank you, Angelica. Muchas gracias. Thank you for joining us. Who else have we got here? Keon Barabadi. Are you saying Puleo de Custo? Is that Spanish or is that another language? Is that Portuguese? Someone maybe you can tell me, okay? What else have we got here? Oh, Neil is saying Laura passed away. Laura Branigan passed away 17 years ago. I didn't know that, Neil. Wow. I should have known that. That's heavy. She was brilliant. You know, there was some really, really tremendous records she was responsible for. Um, Keith is saying, yes, Clark, can you keep us posted about the 180 gram vinyl edition of Journey Songs 1, not Rain Dance? Keith, very important. There's no Rain Dance anymore. There's only Journey Songs 1, of which Rain Dance is a part, okay? Just so we're clear, okay? So I don't set up any false expectations there. Um, oh, Suzanne Graff just joined the group too. Hi, Suzanne. How you doing? Great for joining the group. I think that's a really cool thing. Um, Alice is saying, love John Anderson, ageless human. Yeah, isn't he? Amazing. His voice, remarkable. Um, okay, Anton is saying would be great to have on vinyl too. Great, Anton. Well, um, keep your eyes peeled on on the Facebook page and my website, and maybe I'll have some news next Journey Songs, the final Journey Songs. I'm not quite sure yet how quickly I can get this going. Ferdous is saying great gift return for 2022. I absolutely will, Ferdous. I'll be back early 2022. Okay, I'm not going to be leaving it too long. Okay. All right, everyone. Good comments there. And Paul is clarifying that. I didn't read that. Sorry. Snack Attack is a 1981 song by Godley and Cream that sounds like early house music. But Shack Attack are favourites of mine too. That's interesting, Paul. I will check out Snack Attack because I was a big 10cc fan, and by virtue of that, really like the Godley and Cream stuff. But I don't know it to a great degree. I know the singles, whereas I know 10cc pretty much inside out. Who have we got here? Carl is saying, I think it's really nice the way you include everyone and say hello. Not many musicians, actors take time to do that, so thanks. You're welcome, Carly. And I don't mind being called an actor as well, actually. I'm not quite fancy myself treading the boards somewhere, possibly. I know you're not saying that. And now, ZK. Oh, Jose from Portugal. Hi, Clark. I got that wrong immediately. Jose, lovely to see you, Jose. Thank you for joining us in beautiful Portugal. I hope to go back there soon, actually. You have a lovely country there. What else have we got here? Oh, Ted's asking an interesting question. Ted in Phoenix. May I ask a question? Do you still take voice lessons to maintain your voice? Ted, I don't take lessons, but I have recordings from someone I did take lessons from in kind of the early 2000s, really to get my voice back in shape for live work when I rejoined Johnny Hates Jazz, because I'd been away from that band for 20 years. And the guy who got my voice back in shape was the singer, David Grant. I'm sure a lot of you will know David Grant, but he was in Lynx, a track called You're Lying, and then made some great records with... who did he make the records with, everyone? Can you remind me? I've gone blank again. Mated did a beautiful version of Mated, the Todd Rundgren song. Jackie Graham, I'm sorry. He duetted with Jackie Graham a few times. So I use those recordings every day, or as much as I can. I do David's exercises that he gave me. Tremendous. Okay. Where are we? I think we'll move on, everyone. It's getting... Yes, I've got a lot to do, my goodness. Time for a cup of tea. Oh, that's good. As you can tell, I'm really enjoying that. Thank you. Yes, Richard's reminding me, absolutely, Jackie Graham. What a great singer as well, Jackie Graham. Again, I think very underrated. Okay, folks, I'm going to try something which is a bit of an anomaly on Journey Songs, and that requires me taking the microphone out of where it is located. And don't worry, I'm not going to stand up and do a number now, but I'm going to take you across to another place. So bear with me whilst I get set up. And here I am. Now, as you can see, it's not a very good camera. I did only just decide to do this. So what I'm going to do is switch over to this. Wasn't meant to do that actually. Now this, as you can see, everyone. Let's see if I can just change that a little bit. Yeah, that's better. This, as you can see, everyone, is software you're looking at. And maybe you can acknowledge that you can see this okay. I know there's a 20-second delay, but someone can just say, yes, we can see it, and that would really help. Let me get this out of the way. So, folks, where are we? Oh, there. So there you can see the cursor, hopefully. I'm hovering over things. And literally, oh great, thank you, Carly, you're saying you're the first one. Oh, and Paul's saying, and Lax is saying, that's great. And you're all saying, that's wonderful. So look, I work in a software called Pro Tools, which is an industry standard software. Other people use other things, it's fine. It's all kind of as good as each other, to be honest. It's just what you're used to. And as you can see, all of these different colored bars contain waveforms. This is a visual representation of audio, and each of these colored stripes, let's say lines, represents an instrument or a voice. Now over here, if you can see that clearly, it says kick, and kick is the bass drum. Okay, snare drum, snare sample, that's a sample of a snare that was added, snare fills, just like that. Hi-hat, cymbals, shakers, bongos. This is going to be Paulino da Costa. What else have we got here? We've got bass synclavier. Do you remember I mentioned that instrument? That very early sampler keyboard that Simon Franklin operated, and I played in this case. I played the bass on there. It was actually a slap bass, but I was playing on keyboards. Could have been a Mark King sample, actually, for all I know. But actually, Nathan East did play a bass part as well, which wasn't used on the final record, but I've had a listen recently. Great playing. You can see there's different guitars here. Guitar riff and rhythm guitar, it's Paul Jackson Jr. Guitar solo is Michael Landau. Piano is me. Main synth, me. All of the synth stuff is me. Then you've got the horn section and shots. Now you're going to hear those. I'll try and solo those. They really came to prominence. They were like orchestral stabs. You suddenly heard a whoosh of orchestra going bang, and that really was started with Owner of a Lonely Heart, the Yes record that was a legendary record in musical circles. And then you've got the vocals down here, and if you can see that. So let's go back up here. And let's have a listen to the track, shall we? I've actually, when I come back with Joni Songs in next year, I'm hoping to have a camera looking down on my mixing desk from up here. Basically, you can't really see where I'm pointing, but so you can see actually what I'm doing. In fact, I'm going to re kind of work everything so you can see me play the keyboard, but also see me operating the mixing desk as well. Okay, I need a cup of tea because I'm talking at 100 miles an hour, which is about 120 kilometers an hour for anyone in mainland Europe. Okay. You're keeping well, I hope. Okay, let's start the track. I'm going to start, everyone, with everything in, and then I'll start soloing things. You'll see what I'm going to do. And you'll hear a bit of coughing at the beginning, because that's really what was happening in the studio.
Okay.
Okay, here's the track. Horn section. Okay, drums. So, that snare was very typical of the time. Okay, let's have a bit of guitar. Paul Jackson Jr. Okay, let's have a bit of bass. Let's add some piano. Got a great instrument coming up. Let's put some voices in there.
The struggle for my self-respect has never been harder. And if I have any regrets, it's knowing you wasted my life. Now it's time for
Let's add some horns.
I wanna know what you want from me. For true confessions.
Okay, let's have some keyboards here. Here we go. Some vocals.
Cause deep inside I want you all the more.
Guitar solo. Have a bit of that. Here we go.
Reality cuts like a knife. The fantasy's over, yeah. And here I am paying the price for all of your dark indiscretion. Now it's time for true confessions.
That's some
I wanna
bongos.
know what you want
Here we
from
go.
me.
3, 4. Very cool. Let's have some Nathan East bass. Never been heard before. Okay, everything back in. Okay, the solo you're about to hear was never included in the final mix. It's an extended solo. Here we go. Here comes that stab. Back in. Ow! I don't know if you heard that. At the end, I go, oh dear. Let's see if I can play that again, actually. So, I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Basically, I don't know if you can see, but what was happening there was that the track was scrolling past us. So, for example, if I just go here for a minute and I solo the guitar, you'll see the waveforms moving by you in the solo. So think of this as like tape, and that's the playhead. Okay, so there you get the idea. Now, I just wanted to very quickly play you, because I didn't really get a chance to show you this. Those kind of shots I was talking about, those orchestral stabs. So if I can do this and do, where are you? There. Have a listen to this. Here we go. It's that sound. Here it's coming up again. You will have heard it on many records. And another one coming up any second. So they are actually sampled orchestras, but played at different registers on the keyboard, and it was quite a thing in the late 80s and into the 90s to do that. I always liked it. I thought it was very cool. Okay, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Lots more, like I say, in the Journey Songs listening session coming up in November, I think. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to switch back if I remember how to do this, and I'm sure I do somewhere. Yeah, of course I do. So I'm going to go back now to where I was, and I'll be there in a moment. Okay, well that was actually fairly painless. Seemed to go okay. Hope you enjoyed that. So yes, next time I do that, I promise that I will not be dragging the microphone around with me. I'll have another one set up there or wherever it's going to be, and on we go. Okay. Vanessa is asking. I noticed Fatima is saying, "I'm going to eat those biscuits." Yeah, get in line. Vanessa's saying, "Can you tell us which record is hanging behind you on the wall?" It's actually over there. It's an Ampex award. Ampex were the company that made multi-track tape back then, and if you had a record that was recorded on Ampex and did very well, you got one of those awards. So I always liked that one. It's basically a gold reel of tape. It's quite beautiful. Okay, everyone seems to have enjoyed that. I'm really glad. So, okay. A few people are saying they like the way I laugh. I'm glad, because I laugh a lot. You got to, haven't you? I know I write sad songs, sorrowful songs, but believe me, beyond that, I do a lot of laughing. It's better than the other way around, happy songs, but in private, I'm actually a complete wreck. Okay, I needed that. That was... I just wanted that to work for you all, and I'm glad that it did. Great playing on those recordings. Like I say, I feel very fortunate. Okay. Oh, let me just say a quick hi to Roapol. I forgot that the live changed to Saturday this week. Oh my goodness, are you late, Roapol? Don't worry, you'll watch it on catch up, all right? But we've still got a ways to go. That's an interesting question. Paul's saying, so did you have to transfer all those tracks onto your computer from tapes in the studio? Yes, Paul. In actual fact, I sent the tapes off to a special place in London that does it, at the highest quality, because you need to have the old multi-track tape machines, which, still exist in many studios, are still operating fabulously, but not in as much profusion as they used to be. So that was a long process, very long. And what you see there is a condensed version of what was actually on the tapes. There were probably 4 multi-track tapes, which means a lot of tracks there. Okay, very quickly, and then I'll move on. You've got some good questions here. Ted's saying, who decides your cover art photography on your music? Well, if it's me on my own, I decide it, and if it's me and Mike, Johnny Hates Jazz, we both decide it together. But it's really down to the quality of what's presented to us, which is always great, from Rob O'Connor at Styler Rouge, who does our designs, and the photography, which invariably is Simon Fowler, our dear friend. On Journey Songs 1, and this is true actually for Rain Dance and Fishing for Souls, it was a photographer called Richard Houghton, who is also a fabulous photographer. So there you go, and I'm just going to answer this. Fatima says, where can I find software like this? Fatima, it's a very good question. The best thing to do is, if you've got an Apple computer, you'll have GarageBand on there. And GarageBand is a simplified version of all this pro-level software. But GarageBand is great. I mean, you can do an awful lot with it. And then from GarageBand, you can go to Logic, which is Apple's own professional level digital audio workstation, which is what they call this software. I don't use Logic, though. I'm the very first one of this type to ever be created was Pro Tools, and that's what I'm still using. It's gargantuan. But they're all good. They're all good. The main thing is, what's the song like? That's what's the song like? It comes down to that. All the other stuff, doesn't really matter too much. So, Fatima saying you don't have an Apple. Okay, Fatima, then there's another really good one called Studio One. Studio One is not expensive. It's really, really excellent. I know a few people who use it. Very highly recommended. There you go, Studio One by Presonus. Okay, everyone, let's get to the actual track because I'm ranting on a bit here. But you've got great questions this week. You always do. I'm in need of the tea today. Episode 23, eh? Who would have thought? I remember sitting here playing this on the first episode. Isn't that amazing? Seems like a long time ago. So we're going to be finishing with episode 24 and recommencing in the series with episode 25. Although I guess you could say the Winter Solstice Journey Songs is episode 25, but I'm not going to count that as one of the... It's going to be its own thing. You know what I mean? Okay. So, here we go. After all that, am I going to remember the song? I hope so. This is True Confessions. Oh, I've got to start that again, sorry. Sorry. Like I said, I had a feeling with this one. I never doubted a single word. I put my trust in your hands. And in the wake of a fatal vow, I thought that love was the plan. But see how the tables have turned, and nothing is sacred. The lesson is there to be learned by tearing the mask from your face. Now it's time for true confessions. I wanna know what you want from me. For true confessions, I need to know why you show no sympathy. No sympathy. The satisfaction you take in this is growing ever more clear. And if truth be known in this bitter dawn, it's like you never were here. The struggle for my self-respect has never been harder. And if I have any regrets, it's knowing you wasted my life. Now it's time for true confessions. I wanna know what you want from me. For true confessions, I need to know why you show no sympathy. If we're to be logical, I should be strong and walk right out that door. It's so hypocritical, 'cause deep inside I want you all the more. Hey, hey, I got to know, yeah. Ooh. Reality cuts like a knife. The fantasy's over, yeah. And here I am paying the price for all of your dark indiscretions. Now it's time for true confessions. I wanna know what you want need to know why you show no sympathy. Oh my goodness. Third time lucky. I got it right third time. Thank you for your patience there. That's the easiest part of the song as well. It was the one that was throwing me. And the part that I was dreading the most, which is in the middle section. On the inside, I want you all the more. I got right completely, so you can never know how these things are going to go. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, everyone, I'm glad you're laughing as well. You'll find that the remastered version on Journey Songs 1, together with lots of other things. Triple disc, it's 30 tracks. There's a lot of listening there. Okay, everyone. Thank you for all your good wishes. I've noted you're saying some lovely things here, and I always appreciate it. Fab. You appreciate it. Jill Marie saying that's the beauty of live. You're quite right, Jill Marie. Yeah, it's the beauty for you and your wonderful forgiving state, and for a musician, it's a curse. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. So, what do I want to finish with? Let me just double check my notes. Oh yeah. Like I said, you'll notice this isn't a very heavy episode, because I know I've had quite a few heavy episodes recently. I wanted to do something a bit lighter. So, everyone, next week, final Journey songs in the series, Autumn Years special one. If you haven't heard it, I'll put it up on YouTube midweek and you can have a listen. But hopefully a lot of you will have heard it. And yes, like I said, after next week, there'll be a pause when I go on tour with Mike and Level 42, and then back, and we'll be heading towards the solstice and Christmas. Amazing, huh? Okay. I want to just answer a question here, because Davina is saying, thank you, Clark, for this immersive performance. It's not a question, I'm sorry. Davina, you're very welcome. I'm not sure if I said hello earlier, but I just want to say hi to you. Thank you, Davina. And Majadi is saying, Terima kasih. That's thank you in Indonesia. I'm sure, Majadi, you're probably cringing in hearing that, going, oh my goodness, another foreigner mispronouncing my language. Awesome journey, as always. Looking forward to next week and Autumn Years. Great, Majadi. I hope to see you there. Fantastic. And Setsuko saying, picking up the pieces of our life. Yeah, that's the beginning of Autumn Years. Dereline, last request from New Zealand, turn back the clock. Yes, Dereline, I tell you what, come and join me on the Winter Solstice Journey songs. Let's leave it at that, okay? That'll be an extra, all right? And Linda Maria McCaffrey, got tickets, can't wait. Linda Maria, great. Where are you coming to see us, Linda Maria? Send me a quick note. We've got a few seconds. Everyone's saying, Ezria's saying, yes, after next week you will going to start missing us all. Very true, Ezria. I will. Well said. Well, I will, absolutely. Hiro is saying, hi, konnichiwa. Hiro, hope you're keeping well. Please don't finish your saying. Hiro, I'm only pausing, only pressing pause, okay? I will return, like I say, on sometime between the 21st and 24th for the Winter Solstice Journey songs, and then back early next year to begin Journey songs, or to recommence it for Journey songs 2. And there's going to be a lot more news by then, because I know stuff that's going on that I can't say anything about yet. Okay. Oh, yes. Veronica's saying, Clark, love your cute friend. Very quickly before I go, everyone, who is this? Because he's been in here before. This is a warrior. So he's got a sword there. And this was made for me by my kids when they were very, very young. And I got a little warrior. My son and my daughter made this for me, and it goes everywhere with me and my foxes. And I wanted him to be part of this, because he's a good protector. Not that I need protecting, but I think in other ways I feel protected by him and them. Okay, everyone. Linda Maria McCaffrey saying Cliff's Pavilion. Oh, okay, very cool, Linda Maria. See you there. Come and say hello if you get a chance, okay? That'd be very cool. In the interval is where we'll suddenly appear. So, just so you know. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off now. Take care. Let's finish with a chorus, shall we? Now it's time for true confessions. I want to know what you want from me. For true confessions, I need to know why you show no sympathy. Adios. Take care. See ya.